Hey everyone, so today I just decided to film while I'm getting ready for school, so just get ready with me. So I'm just gonna pull my hair back. It still is like a little bit damp, so I haven't styled it yet. And I'm just gonna go in with the Hydra Touch Primer by NYX. My face is feeling a little bit dry and stuff, I guess from the weather. The weather where I live is like, it's like being so bipolar right now. So I'm just going to rub that in. So I didn't upload all of February, and that's because February was a pretty crazy month for me. So first I had an allergic reaction to a face wash that I was using, and if I can, I'll try to like insert some pictures somewhere on the screen. So I also want to do a few like first impressions. So I'm going to apply my foundation with a brush. This is the Flower Beauty, I guess just like kabuki brush. So as I was saying, right after my allergic reaction, I ended up getting sick. I think it was just like the flu or something. They didn't actually tell me what it was. I went to the doctor and they put me on, it's like methylprednisolone, I think. So it's a steroid to help with inflammation, because when they looked in my nose was super red and like super swollen, and it actually like really hurt, honestly. So yes, so I had that, and then in between both of those things, I had exams going on for school, and I just like did not have any time to film or upload. It just wasn't a good month for me at all. February was just, I'm so glad it was a short month too. Like, I'm glad that there were only 28 days because I was not pleased with February whatsoever. So this kind of looks like I don't even have foundation on, which I'm not really liking. I normally don't use brushes. I normally apply my foundation with a sponge, which I might have to do because this isn't really doing anything. So I might just use this for powder. I don't know. So I'm just gonna go in with my Morphe sponge instead and just add some more coverage. So March is also gonna be pretty busy for me. I'm having my wisdom teeth taken out next week, so a week from today, and today is Friday, so hopefully this video will go up on Friday. So I'm pretty nervous about that. I've never had surgery. I've never had an IV. I've never broken a bone, nothing like that. So they're putting me like fully under. I know like some people, like they just give them laughing gas, but I have one on the top on one side and then one on the bottom. So I don't know if that's why, or if they're like, if they've just like changed their procedures, but I like going to sleep and it's really scary. I'm not ready whatsoever for it. And the fact that like I really only had about a week to prepare. I just went to the consultation earlier this week, so I just found out like how everything was going on. I wanted to get it done as soon as possible, just because next week is also, next Friday will begin spring break for me, so I can heal while like I don't have to go to school every single day, which is good. So next I'm going to conceal. I think this one's actually a little bit too dark for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. So tell me how your February was. Leave it in the comments. What did you do? When is your spring break? What are you planning for spring break? I am not planning anything for spring break, except for studying for midterms, because I have one test on Thursday, but the majority of my other tests are going to be after spring break. So I'm pretty excited about that because I get a full week where I don't have to go to school for like 8 hours a day, and I get to actually like spend some time studying and stuff. So I'm just gonna set this with the air spun. And then I'm just going to highlight the rest of my face. I'm reaching out for the easy high. I am really excited to be getting back into like the swing of things. I have a lot of video ideas. I have a lot of videos planned out. I'm thinking about filming my surgery. I don't know though yet. I guess it just depends on how nervous I am. The only bad thing is that either I film it on my phone or I take my big camera with me to film it, which is like gonna look ridiculous. But and I'm just gonna set my nose and probably my chin, just because my nose does break up really easily and I have a crease on my chin that ends up looking like really weird. Well, I guess I'll set like everything. So I'm just gonna take the Flower Beauty brush that I was using earlier, and I'm gonna see if this applies powder better than any liquid. So this is just the Wet n Wild Coverall pressed powder that I'm using, and I'm just blending it into my skin and then using it to dust off some of the baking. So it looks like it did a pretty good job at blending all of that in. So the thing I'm excited the most to use today is going to be the 35F palette from Morphe. So this palette is just a bunch of fall colors. You have a lot of oranges, a lot of purples, a lot of browns, and I have no clue what I'm going to do. So first I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm just going to use this as a transition shade. So I'm going to put this above the crease and blend it into the crease. And I'm just going to use the Morphe MB23 to do this. So the next color that I'm going to go in with is going to be this third shade right here. And I'm just going to put this in the crease, but I'm not going to blend it above the first color that we used. So I zoomed you guys in a little bit. So the next shade that I'm going to go in with is going to be this one right here. It's like a terracotta color. And with this shade, I'm just going to take a Luxie 229 blending brush. And I'm just going to take this, blending it on the outer corner and blending it into the other colors that we used. So I'm keeping this shade pretty low on the lid and also keeping it pretty low in the crease. And I'm just adding a little bit of it to the inner part of my eye. I think I'm going to do a halo eye just because that's what complements my eye shape the most. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and blend it all together. So for the next part, I'm just going to be taking these two shades right here, the black and then the terracotta color that we just used. And I'm just going to be picking up a little bit of both on my brush and making sure to tap off the excess. And I'm just going to be putting this on the very, very, very outer corner just to give it a little bit more depth. To be satisfied, my weakness comes and goes. And this is a Luxie 237 blending brush. And then I'm going to be putting a little bit on the inner corner. But I'm not going to be dragging it into the crease. Just a little smidgen of it. And then once again, going in with a fluffy blending brush, we're just going to kind of buff that in circles. Not buffing it into the crease, just staying on the lid, just so that way we can have a seamless blend. So something like this. It's very, very dark on this way, and then we have the inner lid that doesn't have any color on it yet. So I think for the inner shade, I'm going to take this color right here. So just using my pinky, I'm just popping that on the center of my lid. And then I'm using my pinky to blend it out a little bit towards the edges. So going in with the Luxie 229, I'm just going to blend the edges of the shimmer shadow that we just put on. And I'm kind of just doing like a flicking motion, and I'm just flicking my brush from the center of my lid kind of towards the outside, and then I'll run it a few times up above it into like the crease. Okay, so I'm just going to take the bottom two shades that we just used, the darkest ones, and I'm just going to add them to the outer and inner corner again, but I'm just doing a like stamping motion. And then I'm just going to go back in with that same shimmer shade that we used and just apply some more too. So I'm going to go back in with the fluffy brush, and I'm going to take the second shade that we used. So I'm going to be taking the third shade right here in the palette, and I'm just going to be kind of brushing that through the crease, just like a fluffing motion, just kind of blowing the crease out a little bit. So next I'm going to do the lower lash line, and I'm going to take the terracotta shade right here, and I'm going to add a little bit of the black to it, and I'm going to stamp this up towards my lower lash line. And I'm only going to stamp about halfway, just because I don't want to close my eyes off too much. So now taking the Luxie 237, I'm going to grab a little bit of the terracotta shade again, and I'm gonna start blending this out. So then I'm gonna take the Sigma E36, and I'm gonna go in with the third shade right here, and I'm gonna use this shade to blend out the rest of the lower lash line. And also using this shade to help connect it to the upper lash line and the outer corner. And then just going in with a Morphe MB23 and just blending all of those colors together. So going in with a mixture of this first and second shade, I'm going to use this to highlight my brow bone. And I'm really just going to focus this by the arch of my brow. And then I can blend it out and towards the front. So now to start finishing up the face, I'm going to be taking the Physicians Butter Bronzer. This is in the light shade. And I'm going to be trying out this e.l.f. Kabuki brush. So now for blush, I'm going to be taking the Milani powder brush in the shade Tea Rose. And I'm just going to take my EcoTools Duo Fiber brush. And I'm going to go back in with the Flower Beauty Kabuki brush and just blend all of that together. So now for highlight, I'm actually going to be taking the first shade, and I think I might mix a little bit of the second shade together and just pop this on my cheekbones and the inner corners of my eyes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. So for mascara, I'm just going to use the Lash Renegade by Wet n Wild. This is probably my all-time favorite mascara right now. Okay, so I just ran the straightener through my hair really fast. And then I'm going to set my makeup with the Make It Last setting spray by Milani. Okay, so for my lips, I'm going to take the Milani lip liner in the shade Nude. And then I'm going to take the Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker lipstick, and this is in the shade Nude. Oh no, this is in the shade Satin. And then I'm just gonna take my finger and pat this in.
My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys haven't subscribed already, just make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.